Most people will spend 40 years of their life working for money. Every single day, alarm goes off, get dressed, drive in, put in the hours, come home tired, and they never stop to ask the one question that changes everything. What if the money came to you? Not from a lottery ticket, not from a scam, not from some guy in your DMs selling a course, from assets, from systems, from money that works, while you sleep, while you eat, while you do literally anything else. That's passive income. And today we're going to walk through exactly what your life looks like at every level of it, from $0 a month all the way to 10,000. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. It's not just your bank account that changes. Everything changes. Let's be honest about where most people start. Zero. Flat zero. You get paid on Friday. By Tuesday, the account looks thin again. You're not bad with money, you're not irresponsible, you just never learned that there's a second type of income, and almost no one teaches it in school. Active income is what most of us know. You show up, you work, you get paid. You stop showing up, the money stops too. Passive income is the opposite. It's income that doesn't require your time every single time. A rental property, dividend stocks, a digital product, royalties, interest from a high yield account, a business that runs without you. The trap is that people think passive income is for rich people. It's not. It's actually the thing that makes people rich. And the journey starts somewhere most people never expect. It starts with zero. At zero, your time is your only asset. You trade hours for dollars, and that's the whole game. If you get sick, income stops. If you want a vacation, income stops. If something goes wrong at home, income stops. And the scariest part? Most people at zero never think about this. Not because they're lazy, because they're busy. You're too tired from working to think about what happens if you stop. This is where the majority of Americans live. Studies show that nearly 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they earn too little, though that's real too, but because every dollar that comes in immediately goes somewhere else. At zero passive income, your financial life is entirely fragile. One missed paycheck, one unexpected bill, and the whole thing cracks. But something shifts when you earn your first dollar passively. It sounds like nothing, $100 a month. But this level is actually the most important one on this entire list, because this is where the psychology changes. Maybe you opened a high yield savings account and saw 11,47,000 in interest one month. Maybe you listed something on Etsy and sold 3 digital downloads while you were at work. Maybe you bought 2 shares of a dividend stock and got your first $4.12 check in the mail. The number doesn't matter. What matters is what that number proves. Money can come to you without your direct labor, without you being there. At $1 to $100 a month, your passive income doesn't cover anything meaningful yet, but it rewires how you think about money. You stop seeing a paycheck as the only option. You start asking, how do I get more of this? This is the level most people quit at, by the way. They put 1,000 into a dividend account, earn 30-50 in a month, and think, this is pointless. It's not pointless, it's the seed. Now things start to feel real. At $200 a month in passive income, you can cover your phone bill. At $350, maybe your car insurance. At $500, a chunk of groceries. These aren't life-changing numbers yet, but they're bill-killing numbers, and that's a completely different feeling. At this level, people typically have 1 or 2 income streams actually working. Maybe a small dividend portfolio, somewhere between $30,000 and $80,000 invested at a 5-6% yield. Maybe a rental room or property with a small cash flow. maybe a digital product or affiliate income that trickles in consistently. What changes at this level isn't just the money, it's the relationship with your job. When you have zero passive income, your job is everything. You need it. You're trapped by it. At $300 to $500 a month passive, your job becomes slightly optional. Not totally, but the grip loosens just a little. You start saying no to overtime you hate. You stop answering emails at 9 p.m. out of fear. You feel one tiny millimeter more free. That feeling said, that's the addiction. And it's what pushes people to the next level. Half a paycheck coming in automatically. That's what $500 to $1,000 a month in passive income feels like. At this level, you've built something real. You probably have multiple streams working together. Dividends from a portfolio that's been growing for years. Maybe a small rental property putting $400 a month in your pocket after expenses. Maybe a side business that started to run without you at $1,000 month. Passive income covers rent in many parts of the country. It covers most car payments. It covers groceries and utilities for a single person. And here's what nobody talks about at this level. The stress hormone drops. Studies on financial stress show that having even 1 month of expenses covered by passive sources dramatically lowers cortisol levels. You sleep better. You're less reactive at work. Your relationships improve because you stop carrying that low-grade financial panic that most people walk around with all day. At $1 a month, you're not financially free, but you are financially breathing. This is the level that breaks the ceiling. At $1,000 a month passive, you feel the relief. At $3,000 a month, that's where the options start multiplying. $3,000 a month is enough to live on in dozens of countries around the world. It's enough to cover most people's basic monthly expenses in a lower cost of living US city. It's the number where, for the first time, some people ask, do I actually need this job? At this level, you've likely been building for years. Your portfolio is substantial. Your assets are producing. You've probably diversified across multiple streams, maybe dividends, a rental, some digital income, some interest income. And the most powerful thing that happens at this level isn't financial. It's mental. You stop making decisions out of fear. That promotion you don't actually want, you can say no. That toxic client, you can fire them. That city you've always wanted to move to, the math actually starts to work. $3,000 a month passive income doesn't just change your bank account. It changes what you're willing to tolerate. Now we're talking about real full replacement territory for a large portion of the American population. The median household income in the United States is around $56,000 a year. That's roughly $4,700 a month before taxes. At $5,000 a month in passive income, you have functionally replaced the median American salary without leaving your house, without a boss, without a clock to punch. At this level, people typically own multiple rental units, have built a significant investment portfolio, and have created or acquired income-producing assets that compound on their own. What changes at $3,000 to $5,000 a month is time. For the first time, you have real, genuine freedom over your days. You can work because you want to, not because you have to. You can take the month of August off without a single phone call to HR. You can be present at your kids' school plays. You can travel without checking your budget every hour. This is the level people dream about, and it's more achievable than most people believe. At this level, the game changes completely. You're earning $60,000 to 90,000 a year doing nothing. Well, doing nothing new. The work was done, the assets were built. Now they run. At $5,000 to $700 a month, you're not just replacing your income, you're building wealth on top of wealth. Because here's the thing people miss. At this level, most people are still reinvesting a chunk of their passive income, which means the passive income grows every month automatically. At this level, the conversations in your life are completely different. You're not worried about rent. You're not worried about emergencies. You're not worried about your job. You're thinking about, how do I protect this? How do I grow it? What do I do with the excess? Your problems become better problems. And the peace that comes with that, like Kiwi's, the ability to wake up in the morning with no financial dread, that's something that's genuinely hard to put a price on. This is what most people mean when they say financial freedom. $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year, passively. At this level, the vast majority of Americans could live exactly the lifestyle they want, without ever working another day in their lives if they chose not to. And the beautiful irony? Most people who reach this level don't stop working. They just stop working for money. They work on things that matter to them. They start businesses because they're curious, not desperate. They volunteer, they mentor, they create, they travel, they invest in other people. At $10,000 a month, money stops being the goal and starts being the tool. So what does it actually take to climb this ladder? 3 things. That's it. 1, start before you're ready. The biggest mistake people make is waiting until they have enough money to invest. Your first $50 in dividend income will feel meaningless. It isn't. It's proof of concept. It's the seed. 2, build the machine, don't just earn. Passive income isn't about finding the best stock. It's about building systems, multiple streams, compounding over time. Every dollar you reinvest today is a dollar that works harder tomorrow. 3, protect the habit more than the amount. The people who get to $10,000 a month didn't get lucky. They got consistent. $200 a month invested at 25 is worth more than $2,000 a month invested at 45. Time is the real asset. The levels are real, the path is real, and it starts exactly where you are right now, even if that's 0. If this video hit different for you, share it with someone who needs to see it. Because most people don't know these levels exist. They don't know that $100 a month in passive income can turn into $1,000, and $1,000 can turn into $10,000. They just need someone to show them the path. Subscribe if you want to keep walking it with me. And I'll see you in the next one.